I'm here standing in one of our production studios. I wanted to introduce you to Ryan Corman, our commercial spot coordinator.
Well, that's me. I'm Ryan, and my main responsibility here, day in and day out, is to go through these spots at learfield.com email address. You can see here, I've got this email address open, and this is basically just a public email folder that many different people can have access to, but I'm kind of the main person that gets to go in and filter through all of these emails as they come in. Spots is basically what it sounds like. This is where all the radio spots come in for all of the 40 plus networks that we work with here at Learfield. So we can take a little look at it here and see what's come in the last few minutes. Here's an email here from one of our account executives with Oklahoma State, and they attached an MP3 for a Verizon ad. So basically what I will do is I'll go in, I'll open up these emails, I'll print everything off. As you can hear, I've got my handy little printer down here printing off all of these production orders. And then what I'll do is if we have spots attached, I'll go ahead and I'll open up the spots and I will edit them. So I'll take off any kind of junk on the front and back of these spots, and this is a 60-second ad, so I'll make sure that when I edit it down it is 60 seconds. My slow computer work here. So I'll edit it down, it's just right about 60 seconds, and then I'll go ahead and I will save the spot into the Oklahoma State ads folder and make sure that I title it as something that we can recognize it when we go back in later. So Verizon, and then the spot code here. And then the next thing that I'll do is I will pick up these production orders and I will attach a sheet to the front and basically write up a production order for it. And the final steps would be to go in here to WireReady. This is the program that we use to kind of house all of our spots for all of the networks we work with, and then we also use this program to create our traffic logs and then air all the spots from here. So I will go into the Oklahoma State ads folder, and there's the Verizon spot that I just put in, and then I'll basically just follow the instructions that I get on the traffic that comes in. So it says it runs from March 4th to the 7th, so I would put these dates in as the run dates for this ad. So it'll only run for these dates, and it'll only run on the Oklahoma State network since it's saved in their ads folder. We also have Verizon spots that run on Oklahoma, K-State, North Carolina, so we have to be sure that the Verizon ad for Oklahoma State goes only into the Oklahoma State folder. And then lastly, what we will do is we'll save it under what we call an RPL name, which is a rotating playlist. So basically I can have whether it's one ad like this Verizon ad or whether it's 10 different Verizon ads, all with different run dates, I can house them under this one name. And then what they'll do is when they create the logs, they will plug this name into the log, and everywhere that the name Verizon or whatever it is plugged in, it'll look into this playlist, it'll find an ad that has a current date, and it'll plug it in, and it'll move down the list, and every time it sees Verizon, it'll plug that spot into the list. So we go in here, we create the name, save over the old file, and now it's in the system. So that's basically what I do in here. If a spot comes in and it's like this one, it has spot copy, we'll go ahead and print that out, and then we'll write up a production order for it, and then I'll give that to Clay, and he will either voice it or he'll give it to someone else here in the office, and they'll voice that ad and he'll do his thing with it, get it out for approval, and then he'll put it in the system and go through the same process that I just went through. So there's a lot of things that come into spots on a daily basis, and there's a lot of different little pieces of information that you kind of have to keep track of, whether it's all in one email or whether you have to go to a website and pull the spot off and put it in a system and get fax traffic instructions and match things up. There's just a lot of different details that you have to keep track of here, and you also have to keep track of all the different networks, making sure that spots only run on the networks that they're specified to run for and only during the dates that they're specified to run for. So that's basically what I do. I sit here all day, most of the day, and go through spots and make sure that all these ads are running the way they're supposed to on these networks.